Dropshipping in Lebanon in 2026, while there's an ongoing war. Is it possible? Before anything, this video is not only about making money. It's about safety first. If you or your family are not safe, business does not really matter. Now, if you are safe and you have internet and you can work, then we shift into execution mode. Because here's the truth, we cannot control war. We cannot control politics, we cannot control what's happening around us, but we can control our inputs. And this is why I'm doing this video to explain everything that personally, me as Majd, I'm implementing right now in my business while there is an ongoing war, and the most important things you need to understand. As a first step, this is super simple, but with really high returns. If done right, you need to stop consuming news all day. I'm going to be very direct here. The news exaggerates everything. Their business model is attention. Fear equals attention. Attention equals money, after all. If you wake up and the first thing you do is check news and WhatsApp groups, you already lost your mental clarity for the day. You don't need updates every 20 minutes. You need focus to know what is your next task and the task that you need to complete to give you the highest return on your time. And there is another thing that is very important, which I personally do, and this book is called Eat That Frog. Personally, this book have helped me a lot overall to develop different business strategies, and this is mainly a self-help book. So a self-help book means everything that you're able to do in your life to optimize upon it while understanding the best thing you're able to do today that is gonna lead you to a better future for tomorrow. So, as simple as it is, the concept is one day before, I set my top three tasks that I need to do for the next day. Not small tasks, real tasks. For example, I've got to watch an ads management chapter for X course, or I need to submit the website form for my web development team, or I need to research three potential products. The goal here is to focus on your three top priority tasks, which is gonna lead you to the highest ROI. There is another thing that is also very important. When I personally wake up, I don't check WhatsApp, I don't check Instagram, I don't check even my notifications. And personally, my phone is always on silent mode. Even though you could say maybe someone around me is gonna face something that out of nowhere is an emergency. So here you could say, okay, I might need to have my phone on, but you need to understand if something is very needed, someone is gonna call you. They're not gonna text you. They're not gonna need to text you multiple times for you to check out your messages. And as a start, which this is gonna allow you to focus on your work, and it's gonna lead you to the highest output and return on the deep work that you're gonna work on. So also, after all, those are unstable times. The most dangerous thing is distraction. War outside does not mean chaos inside your head, even though it's not easy. Of course it's not easy, but this is what makes the difference between someone that is gonna achieve greatness in this period of time and someone that is just gonna pause and look around him and say, okay, let's let it be. I shouldn't do anything. There is a war. Who cares? So I could rest, I could chill. It's not my fault. War is going. Here you're allowing the environment to control you instead of you controlling the outside and being able to control your outputs, which are gonna lead you to the highest return possible. Also, you need to understand something that is very important, which is related to your time. So 168 hours you have got each week. So you've got 24 hours each day. 24 times 7 is going to equal to 168 hours per week. So those 168 hours, you need to dissect them. How are you investing them each day? So for example, I noticed 30 hours is going for me to watching TV. 4 hours regarding driving, 6 hours regarding sleep. For example, 6 hours regarding, for example, scrolling on Instagram. So the thing is, you need to list everything from you going to sleep, from you doing deep work, from you watching TV, from you scrolling, from you eating. Why do you need to list them? Because when you know where your time is being invested, you could understand where your focus is going. And there is another thing that is very important for you to understand. When you know what is happening around you, if you got everything in front of you, you're able to control it. So, for example, me as Majd, I know I'm investing 30 hours a day, 30 hours a week into TV. So I could know that I could, for example, instead of watching 30 hours of TV each week, I could do 10 hours. And the rest of those 20 hours, I could invest them into, for example, self education, reading books, watching courses, or even adding them to my deep work sessions. So here I'm analyzing my period of time that is being invested. And I'm speaking mostly about those things rather than immediately focusing into business, because those tasks are the most important task in this period. It's not only about focusing. How can I make money? What is the strategy needed? There is no strategy. The first thing you need to do and to have control over is your mindset. It's all about your mindset. It's all about what you believe and do you actually believe you're able to make it in this period of time? If you can't, no one can persuade you. It all starts in here. And this is what allows you to go to the next level. You need to figure it out. How are you able to unlock the real you, the real me, for example, Majd? How can I unlock him? So, what I did is, I always, before I slept every day, 3, 4 years ago, I always told myself the goals that I had in mind and what I got in mind that I'm gonna achieve, even though everyone might be, what are you saying? This is something not normal. But you shouldn't even tell your goals to everyone around you. You just need to focus on what you got in mind and you can achieve greatness. There's another thing that also now we're gonna start talking about, which is the business side of things. So, as a start, if you haven't launched your store yet in this period of time during war, you need to understand your, for example, designing your logo, building your store, researching products. Honestly, you're totally fine. Volatility doesn't affect you here at all. You're still building the foundation. So you shouldn't panic. You just keep building what you're doing right now. And of course, if you're not sure how you're able to do those steps, I've posted multiple other free courses which you're able to check them out in my YouTube channel. And personally, I'm going to be posting a lot of new free courses that you can benefit out. Then there's another thing you need to understand. If you're about to launch this week, you need to understand there is a couple of things that might be tricky. You need to understand, yes, the data might be volatile. Yes, people might hesitate more. Yes, emotions affect buying decisions. But there is other sides of things that you need to understand, which nobody is talking about. Opportunity increases in this period of time. If everyone is scared, you can take advantage of this period of time and to benefit a lot out of it. So, for example, certain products will sell more. So, similar like practical items, essentials, comfort based products, things people actually need. This time is the time for you to study the ads library properly. If you don't know the ads library, as simple as it is, you just search adslibrary.com and then you go to all ads and then you search, for example, the brand name of X competitor. You can also look into certain products by going to ChatGPT and asking ChatGPT, I'm looking to sell essential products in war. What do you recommend? Of course, you're not going to take those products and immediately sell them. But those products, they're going to give you, for example, 10 example products. And then you ask ChatGPT, for those 5 products, I want you to give me store names or brand names selling them in Lebanon. And then after you've got the store name or brand name, those brand names, all you got to do is copy, paste them into ads library. And when you copy paste them into ads library is gonna show you different ads in front of you that you're able to analyze to see if a store is activating ads on a certain product. This means they're getting sales, and we can come in to look into their weaknesses, add our own touch, add our own marketing angle to benefit out of it and make a ton of money. Because after all, if you find the right weakness and you got a better offer or a better marketing angle, you can benefit a lot out of it. There's another thing that also you need to understand. You shouldn't freeze. You need to adapt. And we need to understand right now that there is something that is very important. If you're already getting sales and you're scaling, you need to listen very, very carefully. Do not panic or pause your ads automatically. Let me explain something simple. Meta works on supply and demand. If 100 advertisers, for example, are running ads, CPM might be $6. CPM means cost per milli. Each 1,000 views, how much was it costing you before war? Before war, it used to cost us, for example, $6. But fear have been in the economy, have been in Lebanon, and so on. So advertisers, instead of 100, it became 50 advertisers. So what happens here is CPM might drop to $3. So right now, what happens is, so you're paying for the 1,000 views that you used to pay for before $6. Now you're paying half the cost, which is $3. So when people panic, competition drops. So this is a huge opportunity for you to even benefit more out of the market. And when competition drops, smart operators gain market share. The first few days of fear, sales might slow down, but humans adapt very fast. If this situation lasts a week or two or even months, people normalize, they adjust, they go back to buying. People don't stop living, they adapt. This is very, very important for us to understand. And also, we can't control war. You can't control your focus, your product choice, your creatives, your ad testing, your execution speed. This is what matters. During crisis, the gap between focused people and distracted people becomes massive. And this is very, very important to understand. Also, there is a couple of things which, like me as Majd, we're building the first dropshipping software in Lebanon, which is available right now, which is called Drop Arabia. And very, very soon in Drop Arabia 2.0, we have got huge updates, which is going to be a huge advantage from product locking. So each certain product is going to be specified for a certain amount of users. Also, we're going to have the Alibaba API integration. And the huge advantage is we are working on adding even more local suppliers, because in this period of time, for example, in war, most of our users are still taking the advantage of local suppliers instead of getting products from China. But also, we offer this option if someone is looking to scale their store and taking advantage of other suppliers or totally new products in the market. We can source the products for them while they're still able to dropship the product. And maybe that's it. If you want this execution guide that I've explained here in depth, um, all you got to do is send me execution on Instagram, and I'm gonna send you it. And if you got any other questions, you can comment them on the video, and I'm gonna reply to them. See you in the next video. Bye bye.